Imagine this. You finally done it. Your hands are shaking as you click that one button, publish. You close the laptop, collapse into bed, and when you wake up, boom! Thousands of players. Reviews pouring in, millions in sales. Yeah, that fantasy. It almost never happens. The truth is that majority of games vanish without a trace. Sure, we can see the numbers, but the stories behind them. Yes, some of the titles are Burnout clones, churned out by soulless studios in a week or two, but others, they are ruined dreams, burned hells, wasted years, even broken families. The stories we usually hear are from the winners, the rare few who got the right mix of skill, timing, and luck. But what about the losers? Losers usually don't get interviews. Their voices never reach us. People will tell you, of course, you can succeed without a huge team and a massive budget. And the others will say, don't worry, tons of indie games blow up. My idea is guaranteed to win. But is either of those really true? Yo devs, Russ here. Today we're going to break this myth. We'll take a look at the real problems solo developers face, how money or a team can help, where AI fits in, and at the end I'll show you the formula of success in game development. And hey, before we dive in, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It keeps me motivated and helps the channel to become popular. Let's start with the first most obvious killer, time. Making game alone takes forever, like biblically long. Eric Barone, the guy behind Stardew Valley, spent 4.5 years locked in his basement, coding, drawing, writing, and even creating a damn soundtrack. 4.5 years, it's PhD, 3-bed relationships, or even a presidential term.
And at first it's very fun when you first start working on a new game. It's all fresh. You're seeing things come together really quick. Then you enter the kind of like grind of adding in all the content and polishing everything, and it can get a little bit not as fun when you're doing that.
And this isn't just 4 years of casual hobby time. We're talking about 12-hour days, 7 days per week, where every tiny feature eats weeks of your life. Want a fishing minigame? That's a month's gone. You want a seasonal content? Another 3 months. Wait, what? You want a polished UI? Kiss your summer goodbye. Burnout doesn't hit all at once. It creeps in. First, you're just tired. Then you forgot to take your meal. Then you wake up at 3 a.m. because you dreamt you forgot a semicolon. That's not inspiration, that's your brain begging for a factory reset. And the truth is, if you don't have money to pay someone else, then you're paying with your own hours. And hours don't just vanish from your calendar, they vanish from your health, from relationships, your entire life outside the project. That's the real tax of being solo dev. If Barone had even a tiny team, Stardew could have came out 2 or 3 years earlier. Artist cranking sprites, composer writing music, QA testing bugs. Instead, Concerned Ape was the team. Every hat, every role, every hour, and it damn nearly broke him. As a solo developer, every hat you wear costs time. Programmer hat, designer hat, artist hat, janitor. Okay, maybe not janitor, but still you get the point. And the more hats you wear on, the quicker your brain starts feeling like it's in a vice. Alright, let's talk about the elephant in the room, content. Games are made of stuff. Characters, animations, music, sounds, particles, effects, menus. All this stuff doesn't come out of thin air. You have to make it. Every single piece. Even a simple pixel art game can mean hundreds, sometimes thousands of assets. Walk cycles, idle animations, tile sets, UI screen. And if you're doing it alone, congratulations, you've just signed for an unpaid art degree. Toby Fox kept Undertale visuals simple for one reason. It was the only way to actually finish the damn thing. He has admitted flat out that if he went more complex, Undertale wouldn't exist. And this is where team changes everything. An artist dedicated to characters, another to environments, UI designer making sure your screens won't look like they were made in paint, and suddenly you're not stuck in a swamp of unfinished sprites. Because, let's be honest, most solo developers can be good at coding or drawing, but rarely both. If your game looks like shit, people will assume it is shit, no matter if code is cleaner than a hospital floor. People judge book by its cover, and definitely people judge game by its art. Money here buys polish, it buys speed, it buys you freedom from drawing the same damn animation cycle for 50 times until it doesn't look like a penguin with a back injury. Without it, you are grinding art for months instead of building an actual game. Here is another brutal truth. You are not your own playtester. You might think that your mechanics are genius, but after you have tested it 2000 times, you can't tell if it is really fun or you have just Stockholm syndromed yourself into thinking so. Game design needs feedback. Jonathan Blow, creator of Braid, famously tested and retested puzzles with dozens of players until they clicked. Without that outside perspective, puzzles would have been impossible or just boring. When you are the only tester, everything either feels too easy because you know the answers, or too hard because you forgot to eat your lunch and your brain is running on Doritos dust. And this is where a team or network of testers can save your ass. Designers refine mechanics, QA testing every edge case, friends will let you know if your boss fight feels like punching a sponge. Without it, you risk developing a game for years that nobody wants to play. So yeah, playtesting isn't optional, and if you're solo, get ready to beg strangers on Discord at 2 am to try out your buggy prototype. Good luck with that. Alright, let's rip that band-aid off. Even if your game is good, nobody might ever see it. Marketing is the silent executioner of indie games. You can pour 5 years of your life into a project, launch it on Steam, and sell 12 copies, 3 of them to your mom. Take Vampire Survivors. Luca Galante dropped it on Steam almost as a joke. It went viral thanks to streamers and word of mouth. But here is the thing, that was pure lighting in the bottle luck. For every Vampire Survivor, there are 10,000 forgotten roguelikes rooting at the back of Steam algorithm. Steam is basically Tinder for games. You get 1 second to make an impression. If your trailer sucks or your screenshots looks like ass, player swipes left and never come back. And here is where money and team tilt the odds. Publisher can get your game featured on the stores page, push it to the streamers, build a PR campaign. With budget, you can cut a trailer that doesn't look like it was made in the movie maker. Without it, well, you just throwing your game into void, praying for the algorithm gods. So yeah, if nobody knows your game exists, it doesn't matter how brilliant it is. Marketing nowadays isn't extra, it's survival. Next up, bugs. Every game has them, but for solo devs they're like cockroaches. You squash one and 10 more appear from your codebase. And the problem isn't about the fact that they exist, but it's about you can possibly find them all, because you're the only one playing. Big studios have armies of QA testers hammering every button combo imaginable. Solo devs, well, you have you, your tired brain, maybe your roommate if you bribe them with pizza. That's not enough. Lucas Pope, the creator of Papers, Please, said he learned the most about his game by just watching strangers play it at conventions. No fancy QA lab, just awkward silence while someone fails to stamp the right passport. Every time someone got confused, he would take notes and tweak the design. That's how the rule became clear, fair, and brutally addictive. Players are ruthless, they will forgive you a missing particle but game-breaking bug and they are refunding faster than you say patch 101. And bad reviews on Steam stick to your game like herpes and never go away. With money, you can hire a QA tester or pay for structured testing. With Steam, you can spot bugs earlier and patch them quicker. Without them, well, you end up asking random Redditors to test your beta and hope they won't leak it on the forum. Polish matters, it's the difference between hidden gem and Steam shovelware. And polish doesn't happen alone. Okay, time for boring but deadly crap. Business. Contracts, taxes, publishing agreements, rating boards, localization, store requirements, all this crap nobody wants to think when they are daydreaming about their masterpiece. This stuff kills more projects than you think. Even if you created a new Stardew, if you fucked up your tax paperwork, or if your publishing contract is scam, or if your age rating blocks you from the half of the market, you're toast. By the way, small tip for the future, debugging your code is nothing compared to debugging your taxes, because there is no Stack Overflow, and I would literally not recommend to trust your GPT at this thing. And this is one of the reasons why Publisher exists. With money, you can hire a lawyer, an accountant, a business manager. With Steam, you can delegate this paperwork to someone else while you're developing this crazy game. And without this, well, you end up Googling how to not to go to the jail for the indie game revenue at 2 a.m. Now let's talk about the invisible killer, your code base. At the beginning, solo devs love hacking stuff around just to make things work. I'll clean it up later, right? No, not right. Later never comes. In 6 months, you end up having a lot of spaghetti code, half finished systems, and variables named like that. And here is the trap. The longer you go, the harder it gets to fix. Adding feature takes longer, performance tanks, suddenly refactoring takes more time than building game. It's even possible that you would realize that foundation of your game is so broken you need to start from scratch. Look at Minecraft. In its early days, Mojang devs admitted the code was a nightmare. Only once they had more engineers could they scale it, optimize it, and support mods. Bad architecture is like building a house on quicksand. Sure, it stands for a while until your kitchen falls into the basement. Then you're fucked. With budget, you may bring in experienced programmers who are thinking about scalability from day one. With Steam, you get reviewers, code standards, sanity checks. Without it, well, you are duct taping features onto a collapsing Jenga tower, hoping it will hold until the launch. And finally, let's talk about thing nobody puts in their devlogs: mental health. Creating a game alone isn't just hard, it's lonely. You're grinding for years without knowing if anybody gonna play it at all. This messes with your head. Burnout isn't just physical, it's emotional. Doubt creeps in. You start questioning your skills, choices, your sanity. Every bug feels like a proof that you're not good enough, and every delay feels like a failure. And the longer you stay alone, the louder this voice gets. Get ready that some nights you are coding as God, and others just staring at your monitor thinking that you should rather become an accountant. With a team, you get support. Teammates can pick you up when you're down, celebrate the wins, and share the weight of grind. With money, you can outsource the tasks that drain your soul. But alone, you're carrying everything, and this can break even the strongest dev. Mental health isn't optional. Ignore it, and your dream project would become your nightmare. That's a reason why a lot of promising projects never make it past the early access. Now, here is the wild card that solo devs today have and legends from the past didn't. It is AI. You are not alone anymore, at least not completely. AI tools may serve as your tiny, slightly dumb, but very fast team. Need placeholder art, Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, or Leonardo AI can bang out concepts in a second. Need some coding help? Well, ask GPT or install a cursor on your machine and launch there any model you want. Want some music or even AI voice actors? Pfft, can get it a first pass. Writing lore or dialogue, large language models can split out 10 quest ideas before you've finished your coffee. Basically, you've got almost unpaid intern who works pretty fast, never sleeps, still sometimes giving you nightmare fuel instead of assets, but definitely beats drawing 500 icons with hand. But let's keep it real. AI isn't a magic bullet, at least for now. It won't help you making game fun or creating your vision or saving you from the burnout if you don't manage yourself. It's a helper, not replacement for creativity. And hey, to be honest, nowadays there are tons of different AI tools. Some of them are useful, some of them not. But definitely there are some that you should work with. So if you want me to tell you about them, please leave a comment down below and I guess we will do it. And then there is a factor nobody wants to admit: luck. Timing, visibility, the right streamer picking up your game, this all factors matters much more than we would like to believe. Yes, Eric Braun worked his ass off, but he also hit a nerve at the perfect moment. Luca Galante said he never expected Vampire Survivors to blow up. It was practically an accident. Even Jonathan Blown admits Braid's success had luck baked in. Work your ass off, but don't ignore the dice roll of the market. Luck is the final boss of GameDev, and unlike normal bosses, you can't learn its patterns, you just pray you crit. So what's the real formula? It's not just money, skills, or time, it's all that multiplied together with a bit of luck on top. Money saves time, competencies, your skills, making sure that game is not gonna collapse under its own weight. Resources, team, tools, support systems keep you afloat. And luck decides whether somebody would see your game. Miss any of those parameters and the whole formula crashes. So, what does all this mean to you? You've seen brutal truths, success stories, the role of money, team, tools, AI, luck, and now it's decision time. So, should you make your own game? Hell yes. Or maybe no. People love dumping their responsibility on someone else, but this decision, it's on you. If you decide to give it a shot, be ready to the mess it comes with. Remember, paying with your own hours isn't necessarily smart investment, and don't sink months into polishing your code base before getting something real, but also don't let it roll till the end. Find your balance, protect it, and stick to it. Thank you for watching, guys. Please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe button, and leave a comment down below. Tell me if this video was helpful or maybe it made things even more complicated to you. I wanted to know. And also hop into Patreon. I'm always glad to see you there. It really keeps me motivated. And yeah, as always, stay safe and love your mom. Cheers.